On the agenda today, we're gonna go feed some cows, some goats, go feed some chickens. I'm gonna go pound this new ground rod into the electric fence. That's our back porch view right there. It's not too bad. I do really enjoy living here. Looks like my dogs got into something. That's great. Oh, there they are right there. What are you doing? What are you doing? Those are the two chicken murderers from the other day. They killed all of our chickens except for 3 of them. And then one of them died because of internal injuries or something. I'm not sure why she died, but she did. Now there's only 2 out there, but plenty to replace them. It's really shaky. I noticed in my other videos, those videos are really shaky because I'm also just a shaky person, for one. But this Sony ZV-1 doesn't do a great job of mitigating the shakiness, I don't think. But I downloaded a new video editing software called CapCut or ClipCut or ClipCAD or something that's supposed to be really good, and it's got stabilization effects in it. So I ran one of my last videos through there after I had already posted it, and it cleaned it up a lot. So that's what I'm hoping this does. Go in the shop here. Get. You're not coming in. Get. Coming out here. Getting the Can-Am. Use this thing as a backup camera. There we go. Move it. Go over here and turn the water on real quick. We built the barn out there, and it's about 500 and something feet from the house. So I haven't run water or electricity out there because I got a quote for like $7,500 or something crazy to run electricity out there. So I figured I'll do it myself. And I just haven't got around to it. Water either. So I just got this water hose right here, and it runs through that right there, out to the chickens, all the way out to the barn. It's like 500-foot garden hoses all run together. So it's a good time when you get all the way out there and realize that you forgot to turn it on, which happens often. But luckily my 11-year-old has a cell phone now, so I just call him and tell him to come out and turn it on. These dogs are just dying to get back in the chicken coop. Aren't ya? Just absolute troublemakers. But they're very good dogs. I guess I could take it through how our house is set up. This is our backyard right here. It's backyard, and our property ends right here where the pipe fence is. So all of our property is actually out front of our house, and the neighbor just beyond those trees over there cycles all of this land right here, a couple hundred acres between wheat and corn every other year. So I tried to plant a bunch of these, I think they were cypress trees. I bought 10 of them, and I was going to try to make a windbreak because it gets insanely windy out here. And last summer it just got so hot for so long that all the young trees just did not make it. I was out here watering the crap out of them every day, and it did not matter at all. But this apple tree, that apple tree right there, I don't know if that thing, yeah, I don't see any little buds on that thing, so I don't think that thing made it either. But this peach tree, you got apple tree, peach tree's doing good. This other peach tree's doing good. And then our 2 pecan trees are starting to get little buds on them, so I guess they survive too. So we'll see how much they grow this year. But the only trees on this entire property are ones that I've planted. And then that's our front acre right there that the driveway runs through. And the wife is talking about wanting to put a big garden out there. I wanted her to keep it inside the fence, but that is a lot of nice flat ground right there, and when it rains it doesn't get incredibly swampy, so it probably would be a good spot for a garden, as long as we do a good job and don't get it all trashy looking so our house doesn't look good from the road. But these freaking dogs run in front of me. So that'll be coming up on the channel. Probably gonna do hunting content because I really like deer hunting. I put in for some elk tags in Colorado this year, so we'll see how that pans out with my brother-in-law. Take YouTube along for the ride with me if I get drawn. Even if I don't get drawn, the plan is to go up and do over-the-counter archery because we bow hunt also. So we'll just have to see how it goes. It'll either work out one way or it'll work out the other way. There's no way that it won't work out, so that's good. Shut the gate so my dogs don't get back there and chase the goats and cows around and get stomped to death. There's the goats out there just waiting for food. Just chilling. I don't know where the cow went. Oh, there she is. She's right over there. Yeah, I can tell that this is kind of shaky. I don't know why the electronic stabilization in these ZV-1s. The ZV-1 is supposed to be a really good vlogger camera. And it's cool that the thing swings around and I can see myself and make sure that I'm in the frame when I'm actually recording. But as far as shakiness goes, it is a pretty freaking shaky camera. She looks like she's not trying to mess around today. Bet you as soon as I get a big old bucket full of feed though, she'll run right up. Let's see. She's been chasing this goat around. She does not like him at all. I don't blame her. He is annoying. It's about the hardest thing I've done in a long time was trying to get him up on the stand to trim his hooves every couple months. Since they don't have any gravel or anything out here to run around on, it's just open pasture. Every couple months you got to come out here and deworm them and trim their hooves, and he is, I don't know, acting like a wild goat, like he's never been around people at all before. And it was horrible to deal with. Me and the wife both came out of it with bruises and scratches, and she got poked by a horn from one of them. this. But there's the cow food here. See if we can get her to come on over. Let's see. If she starts running over here, I'm gonna start shaking this pail. Come on! I don't think she's gonna. Brought this feeder all the way out here to the middle of the field, even though it's really inconvenient to walk to, so she would get away from the fences. Quickly found out that longhorns are pretty athletic animals once we got her. She jumped right over our 4-foot fences, no problem. We had to go get some electric fences put up, and that's what I was doing in that last YouTube short that I posted, putting up some electric fence all the way around the whole property so she can't get out, and then sheriff gets called and then we'll get a fine, and I'm just not trying to deal with all that. But what are you guys doing? Need to fix that goat feeder. Every time I come out here I see 4 or 5 things that I need to fix. I don't ever fix them because we have 3 kids, all in soccer, so pretty much all of our weekends are taken up. I don't know that I'll put my kids on this YouTube channel. There's a lot of psychos and weirdos out there, but I guess if I do any hunting content, my son will probably be on it. He's 11. He's really into hunting too, so that makes me happy. These guys are running around like crazy people. Let's see. So you're jumping up there. Oh. Delicious. Delicious. It goes the other way. We keep this barn halfway open so the goats can get in, because it froze really bad this last year, and I like it when the goats can get inside and they can not be freezing cold out here. And it does get cold in Texas. Only for a couple days. But that's when everybody decided to have their little goat kids. Last time was when it was 10 degrees outside. They thought that would be a good idea. All right, now I guess we're gonna go pound this ground rod into the ground. I need my pounder. Last electric fence I had, I used the plastic, that yellow and black stranded wire that's got the really thin metal running through it for electric fence. That stuff sucks. We had a horse and he would just lean right over it. He didn't care at all that we had that stuff. He'd lean over it and lean my fence down. And he bucked my wife off and she broke her back, so that's why we wound up getting rid of him, because he was just too much of a project for us to take on. We're not really horse people. Could be horse people, but probably just do a trail horse or something. Like one of those mini horses, or I don't know. I don't really have any use for mini animals. So, I guess we'll check this out and see what happens. This is so long. This pole isn't high because I wanted to have a high pole here. It's high because you get a foot down and everything's solid rock. And when I built this fence, I had just gotten my tractor, and it was a brand new tractor. It was nice, it's cab and everything, but it just didn't have the weight behind it to push a post hole digger through rock. So I was out here with a 16-pound digging bar trying to get through all this rock, and some of them just didn't get through. And that's one of these right here. So we'll see what happens. Woo! I don't miss doing that. All right, we got. There it is. There's a rock. That's not good, but that might just have to do. That was solid. That hurt my hands. That's not good. But it is what it is. I don't know if that's even going to ground it. I guess we'll see. Well, that was short-lived. Gotta run all the way back into the shop and go get pliers so I can hook this thing up. I had this thing all ready to go because we're going up to Red River motorcycle trails on the Texas-Oklahoma border. It's on the Texas side. Apparently there's some really cool riding up there, so me and my sister and her husband and my wife and all our kids, we're gonna take a little weekend vacation up there for my birthday. That was on the 9th. 36 now. Friggin' old. These two goons again. Shut that off. What are you doing? Get back. Get. I forgot to shut the shop door. All these little guys. Couple geese, couple turkeys, and I think 11 chickens because one of them died. Sometimes it's hard keeping baby chicks alive. Oh, you better get out of here. Get. Sometimes it's hard keeping baby chicks alive. It's like you breathe on them wrong and they're dead the next morning. It's absurd. I don't know why they're such a weak animal. But they are. Get out. We'll take that too, just to be sure. You can't ever go wrong grabbing some vice grips. Hopefully that's all I need. We'll see. I better grab a flathead just in case. Ooh, almost forgot that. Almost forgot the ground wire. You gotta be careful where you set stuff in these Can-Ams. Falls into the crevice, and you're like, oh, that probably just fell into the back seat, because I could see the back seat from under this seat. Well, it didn't. It fell into the deepest, darkest hole of the Can-Am in the side trim down to the floor. And then when you're putting on doors, it takes you an hour longer than it should because you got to rip apart half of the defender just to get this stupid bolt out. She's a pretty cow. I'm glad we went with her instead of those little miniature Highland, but I would bet that we wind up with those little Highland cows too. Probably little ones, not big ones. I don't know. We'll see. All right, we're all set up. is the moment of truth. Did my ground going in only 2 feet? Is that gonna be okay? But we got this little electric fence tester. You just push it up, push it when you're at the fence, and it should beat. We're live. We're live. Good. Nice. I'm gonna go feed some chickens now. Our chicken situation is kind of a mess. We have a nice chicken coop that we bought at Atwood's. I don't know if Atwood's is outside of Texas, but if you have never been to an Atwood's, you should go to an Atwood's. It's like if Tractor Supply sold nice clothes and guns. It's just the best store. And barbecue accessories and feed. It's a great store. But I digress. We got this coop from there, and then we needed a run before we let our chickens just go wherever they want. We needed a run, so we bought this. We bought the matching run to go with this coop, and it was stupid expensive for what it was. Just no reason for it to be that much. It basically looked like the black cage dog kennels that you could get, but it was like, I don't know, something like 6 foot by 16 foot or something. And we didn't even have that thing a month before our tornado came. And we used to have the chicken coop right there, kind of where my dogs are running around, in like over in that area. And the tornado came and it went behind my house. It came from towards that way, from the south, went over my house without destroying anything on my house except for some ceiling fans. The ceiling fans on my back porch were spinning so fast that they flew apart. And then it landed in my front yard, and it picked up this chicken coop that is, I don't know how many 100 pounds, but it's in the 400 or 500 pound range probably. And it picked it up and flipped it upside down, slammed it into this fence, and it bent the pipe fence over, and it threw that entire chicken run into this freaking field behind me and just mangled all the pieces. Watch out. Watch out, mama. Watch out, I gotta go in there. I'm not gonna mess with your baby. Don't kill me. She's still got them pregnancy hormones going, you know what I'm saying? The dogs don't like it when the cows start looking at me crazy. That golden doodle, that German Shepherd, is the best dog I've ever had. She's very, very smart, very, very loyal. And the golden doodle, she's a black golden doodle. She's still kind of a puppy, but I thought she was gonna be very dumb at first, just some of the things that she did, but I guess they were just puppy things because she wound up being a pretty smart dog too, honestly. She's very, very protective of my kids. I can't even hardly roughhouse with my kids without her getting all crazy. Oh boy. Hey! Get! Olive, get! Get! The German Shepherd's name is Liberty. The Golden Doodle's name is Olive. And this cow's not a fan of them. Oh boy. Dogs are gonna learn one day and take a horn through the fence. Wish the cow would just get away from the fence so she doesn't wreck my fence, and then I have one more thing to do out here. But this chicken coop situation, we used to have a really nice run, and now we got these 2 crappy runs from Amazon. It's not really a good situation. We have 2 of them because we used to have turkeys before my dog killed them. These dogs are going crazy over there. And we put mulch inside of them, and the chickens really liked it, and they would kick it around and have fun in it. But now we kind of got this situation going on. It's kind of a dirty little situation with 2 crappy coops. But I think I'm gonna put those together and fence them in together, and then run some chicken wire or something over the top, and that way they can use those middle ones as like roosting bars. That's for another time though. You just got to be careful using chicken wire out here, because we got giant hawks, giant owls that fly around. We had a gang of babies one time out here that were probably too small to be out here running around by themselves, and a hawk just landed and just ripped apart 5 of them sitting right behind their coop, just right on their own turf, just going crazy. Crazy dogs. But yeah, this is that rooster was able to run. He was able to run, and he flew over this fence right there, so the dogs couldn't get him. But the dogs kind of tore her up a little bit, but she got it. Less than all the dead ones, I guess. That's, you know, bragging rights, and that's bragging rights for her. And we just got some of these little blue eggs in there. But yeah, so, I mean, more in store. Plenty of stuff to make content about out here. I'm gonna have to redo these chicken coops eventually. We've got a huge garden coming out front eventually. I'm gonna have to rebuild these goat feeders. I'm gonna be making YouTube videos for a while, probably. Eventually, maybe someone will watch them. But, all right. That's all I'm doing today. Till next time. Just kidding, that wasn't it. I just wanted to clear up what I said earlier. Made it sound like I was complaining about all the activities we do with the kids, and soccer and baseball and softball and this and that. And I'm not complaining about it, other than it's exhausting to keep up with 3 kids that are all in sports. I don't love anything more than being a dad. It's freaking awesome. I just didn't want it to come off as me complaining like I don't like doing it. I love every bit of it. I love doing all of this stuff. It would just take 15, 30-hour days a week to be able to get it all done. So it's just all ongoing projects, and it's fun. And these dopes are still fighting at the fence. Oh, there she goes. Hey! She's about to get through my fence and kill my dogs. And I don't want them to die. Not that they don't have it coming, but get. Come on, go. 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 Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. They'll learn to get along eventually. That's what I'll tell myself. All right, till next time, for real this time.